So because less number of children and we cannot keep one class boys also in one of the rooms like that. So we no need of taking any separate classes. This week I will take the class, next week and the teacher will take the class. In two chapters, 2 tracks we will take it. Even physics and maths also like that. Anyway, you will be having the virtual classes on 15th and 19th now. You tell your parents or somebody, teacher may be taking the copy, that videos and all, so you can get it. So when you go through that one, after learning this trigonometry, when you go to that one, you will be able to understand it more clearly. That's why we thought to start, I will start this week, trigonometry. We already started now. 10th B also, I heard that we just started. Anyway, we'll just recollect all the points, what all we completed. We learned in the trigonometric ratios. We had learned already in 9th standard about it. Just revising the points, what all we discussed that day. These are Tanuj. Forgot. Sorry, Tanuj. It dropped from my father there. So trigonometric ratios we are learned it. What are the trigonometric ratios we learned it? Sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, and cosecant. The short forms also we know that one. Sine is sine only, sine actually. SIN will be there and SIN only will denote. Cosine is only cos will denote it. Tangent, tan will denote. Cotangent, cot will denote. Secant, sec and cosecant, cosec. And you know the definitions also now. What is the sine definition? Perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. For the perpendicular I am using the letter P and for the hypotenuse H. And cosine is base divided by hypotenuse. I know that I have father allowed. Here right angle triangle only we have to apply it. In triangle ABC, if angle B is a 90 degree, and if you are considering the angle C, that is sin C, cos C, tan C, cot C, secant C, cosecant C. By the formula perpendicular by hypotenuse. The perpendicular you can remember that which is the opposite side to that angle, that will become as the perpendicular. Of course when we keep like this, always will take this one as a perpendicular, this is the base. But when you take the trigonometrical ratios, the opposite side of the angle, that will be the perpendicular. So sin C, okay, AB divided by AC, cos C, BC divided by AC, tan C, AB divided by BC, cot C, BC divided by AB, then secant C, AC divided by BC, and cosecant C. Can you see the board, Sachin and H1? Cosecant C, AC divided by AB. Now when we consider the angle A also one of the acute angles. So angle A when we consider, which is the perpendicular side, that will be the question. Not always one side only will be the perpendicular side. Okay, or the opposite side you can take it as a perpendicular side. So opposite side. Or if you keep that triangle, you just imagine the triangle is like this. A is down. So which will be the perpendicular? This part will be the perpendicular. That means BC will be the perpendicular. That you have to remember in your mind. Okay, so perpendicular by hypotenuse, which is same as opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side of that angle by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse will be same for any of the angle. Any of the angles A or C, hypotenuse will be same. Same way base. Base is same as adjacent side. Adjacent side is here is AB. When we consider the angle A, AB is the adjacent side. So what is cos A is equal to AB divided by AC. But you don't by heart this letters like cos is AB by AC, cos is AB by AC. Don't by heart it like that. What will happen if you by heart it? If you change the letters or if you get another letters, MNR, DEF, PQR, you will get confused, right? What is this AB and where is this PQ and so don't by heart in the letters. You can by heart like this. Perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. Base divided by hypotenuse. Is it clear to you? All of you? And just remember that one. Perpendicular side means opposite side. Opposite side of that angle. Base means adjacent side. Adjacent side of that angle. Adjacent means along with that letter. Angle A, AB. That will be the adjacent. Now what is tangent is equal to perpendicular divided by base. Cot is equal to base divided by perpendicular. Secant is equal to perpendicular divided by base, and cosecant is equal to perpendicular divided by hypotenuse divided by base, and this also hypotenuse divided by the perpendicular. And we learned about the some relations also. What are those relations? About the reciprocal relations. What are the reciprocal relations you learned it? Sin A is equal to 1 by cosec. 1 by cosec. Sin A is equal to 1 by cosec A, and same way cosec A is equal to 1 divided by sin A. That is from the definition also we can see. Sin is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. Cosecant is equal to hypotenuse by perpendicular. So reciprocal. Sin is equal to 1 by cosecant. Cosecant is equal to 1 by sin. Same way we learn cos A is equal to 1 by secant A, and secant A is equal to 1 by cos A. Cos A is base by hypotenuse, and secant A is equal to hypotenuse by base. So cos A is 1 by secant, and secant A is equal to 1 by cos. Also tan is equal to 1 by cot, and cot is equal to cot A is equal to 1 by tan. Tan is equal to perpendicular by base, and cot is equal to base by perpendicular. So those that also will be called as the reciprocal relation. And after that we learn the square relations. What are the square relations we learned here? All these points you have to remember. Here you will get the sums. Already you have done the sums, Prove that. Almost all the sums prove that only. So prove that means that consequent, that content, that situation, what we have to substitute, what we have to change it, that you have to do and get the right hand side and all. So all these points you have to remember. And square relations we learned it. First one is sin square A plus cos square A, which is equal to 1. That also I told you that we also might have seen that one. That is sin square A. Sin square A is perpendicular square divided by hypotenuse square, and cos square A is base square divided by hypotenuse square. So when we add both, perpendicular square divided by hypotenuse square plus base square divided by hypotenuse square, which will be same as perpendicular square plus base square divided by hypotenuse square. And we know that perpendicular square plus base square is equal to hypotenuse square. So hypotenuse square divided by hypotenuse square, which is equal to 1. All of you have no?
That makes
perpendicular square divided by hypotenuse square plus base square divided by hypotenuse square. Bases are this, denominators are equal. Perpendicular square plus base square divided by hypotenuse square, but this is equal to hypotenuse square divided by hypotenuse square, which is equal to 1. Like that, sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. From this relation we can get it sin square A in terms of cos square A, 1 minus cos square A, and cos square A in terms of sin square A, which is equal to 1 minus sin square A. So these two relations also we can get it. And what is the other square relation we learned? 1 plus tan square A is equal to, are you able to follow? What we just revising all those points what we learned it. Then we can start from the 11th sum on this. One plus tan square is equal to 6 square A. 1 plus tan square is equal to 6 square A. This is also obtaining like this. 1 plus tan square A is equal to perpendicular square divided by base square. Perpendicular square divided by base square. We find LCM and simplify, which will be same as base square plus perpendicular square divided by base square. But base square plus perpendicular square is equal to hypotenuse square divided by base square, or which is same as hypotenuse divided by base the whole square. Hypotenuse divided by base for which form, which trigonometric ratio? C. So this is equal to secant square. Like that 1 plus tan square is equal to secant square A. From this also we can get another 2 more. What are the 2 more? One is sec square A minus tan square A, which is equal to 1. If you take this tan square A to right hand side, sec square A minus tan square is equal to 1, or sec square A minus 1 is equal to tan square A. Take this 1 to right hand side. So tan square is equal to sec square A minus 1, or sec square A minus 1 is equal to tan square. Those who are not noted, you can note it down. And the last square ratio is 1 plus cot square is equal to cosec square. 1 plus cot square is a very important. This square relation is a reciprocal relation. One more I forgot to tell you. This quotient relation. I will tell you after this. This reciprocal relations and the quotient relations and the square relations all are very important to do the sums. If you don't know, you cannot simplify. 1 plus cot square is equal to cosec square A. This also 1 plus cot square A. Cot is what? Base divided by perpendicular. Cot is equal to base divided by perpendicular. So cot square will be base square divided by perpendicular square. By finding the LCM, we get it p square plus base square, perpendicular square plus base square divided by perpendicular square, which is same as hypotenuse square divided by perpendicular square, which is same as hypotenuse divided by perpendicular the whole square. Which ratio is hypotenuse divided by perpendicular? Cosec. Cosec is hypotenuse divided by perpendicular. So what is this one same as cosec square? So 1 plus cot square is equal to cosec square A. From here also we can get another two more relations. What are the two more relations? Cosec square A minus cot square A, which is equal to 1. That is taking this cot square A to right hand side. Cosec square A minus cot square is equal to 1. Another one is cosec square A minus 1 is equal to cot square A. So these are the relations. And quotient relation I tell you. Quotient we know that one. When we divide dividend by the divisor, we get the quotient. That is numerator divided by denominator. The result will be called as the quotient. So here also quotient relations are. When we divide sine by cos, the result will be tan. So this is the one of the quotient relations. Tan A is equal to sin A divided by cos A, or sin A by cos A is equal to tan A. That is when the question is given in tan A, and the answer we have to get it in either in sin or cos or cosec or like that. We can write it in the tan A, we can write it as sin A by cos A and simplify that further. And another one also, dividing cos A by sin A, we get the cot A. So that also another quotient relation. Cot A divided by sin A is equal, cos A divided by sin A is equal to cot A. Did you understand all this? All these points were just revised, and we can start doing the sums from 11th onwards. I think I had given 10th A till 10 sums only. So we'll start from the 11th sum. You have done the 11th sum also, I think teacher told me. 10th B children. Okay, there are 48 sums. We are not going to do all the 48 sums, because later if we do, we cannot complete the portion and all. So some 25 sums we will do, 25-30 sums we will do. The remaining sums you can do by yourself, or during the revision time we can discuss all those points also. Or after doing, if you do, and if you are not getting any work, if you are not getting, you can call. You can call, or you can find it, ask in the class also. What happens, Srinivas? Sandeep? No asking the pen and all. Then what are you asking to Sachin? Book. You don't have the book. Then why? I am going to do, no? Otherwise, afterwards you have to do, not in the class hours, disturbing and all. Okay, 11th sum is 1 plus tan square A into cot A divided by cosec square A. We have to prove it as tan A. All the sums are like that only. To prove only, we can see in this chapter. In more the next chapter, next exercise also like that. So all these points on this formula every day you have to revise it. I had told the 10th A boys also, now telling to 10th B boys also, whatever the formula you get it from any of the chapters, beginning of the chapter or in between, if you are getting whatever it is, whatever you are getting the next day onwards, every morning, nearly 5 times or 10 times, you just revise it, not by hearting. Just read it. Morning time is very good to remember the points and all. So morning time, just revise the point till we complete that lesson. Understood? If you do like that, you never forget these points. Is it clear to you? You never forget it. Only just, okay, any time after some 5 or 6 years if you want to know, just you have to revise it, you will get it. It will come to your mind. If you do like this, if you don't do like this, no, you will settle. And if you don't do, when you are thinking about this chapter, you can forget about this chapter if you don't want to do the work. Every day, not only one day, every day till we complete the lesson. After that, no need of that chapter portions. Some related point will be there, then even though next chapter also related to the previous chapter, again you have to revise it. If it is not related to the previous chapter, you can just, no need of revising it. Now that chapter work you have to revise it. Maths is like that. Everything is connected. What you have learned in first standard onwards, LKG, even not only first standard, LKG onwards, LKG only you have learned the numbers now. That numbers only you are using now, no? So what all you learn? Tables, you learn in the lower classes table. Now also you have to use the table. So maths is connected like that. Other subjects not that much connection will be there, but maths is very much from the childhood, from LKG onward, what all you learn. So everything you have to keep it here. For that you have to revise the points. Okay, here we are to discuss the chapter. Seventh sum, prove that 1 plus tan square A multiplied by cot A divided by cosec square A. We have to prove it is equal to tan A. And you know how to prove these trigonometrical identities? These are known as the trigonometrical identities. Can you say why it is known as the trigonometrical equation? Sorry. Identities or equation. Why they are called as the trigonometrical identities or trigonometrical equation? Because both the sides are equal. The equation which is related with the trigonometrical ratios will be called as the trigonometrical identities. The relation, equation. Equation means what is the meaning of equation? Both the sides are equal. Two expressions are equal. It will be called as an equation. Here also two expressions are equal. We have to prove it. Of course, it will be correct also. So two expressions are equal. But that expressions are related with the trigonometrical ratios. Is it clear? That expressions are related with the trigonometrical ratios. Therefore, this also will be called as a trigonometrical identity. So now how to prove it? In this one, either you can start from the left hand side. Left hand side you can simplify and show that is equal to right hand side. Or you can start from the right hand side. Suppose left hand side you cannot do anything. Right hand side if you simplify something, you can show it as equal to left hand side. Or some cases you have to simplify both the sides. Left hand side as well as the right hand side, because some cases when we simplify the left hand side you may not get the right hand side part. So again we have to simplify the right hand side also. We will get the same answer what we got in the left hand side, so that both are equal. Understood? So anyway you can do it. And if you can simplify left hand side or if you can simplify right hand side, any one of the side you can start it, no problem in that one. Not only that one, if you cannot solve the left hand side only, you have to take right hand side, nothing. Nothing like that. If you feel to start from right hand side, you can start from right hand side. But you have to show which is equal to left hand side, that's all. Is it clear? Now can you say how to simplify this sum? We have to prove that tan A. 1 plus tan square A into cot A divided by cosec square A is equal to tan A. So simply tan A we cannot start anything from right hand side, no? So better we start from the left hand side only. How to simplify that one? 1 plus tan square A is equal to secant square A Like that also we have to check it whether we'll be getting that answer by that taking that way or not. I have done it here. I multiplied that 1 plus tan square a by cot a. So cot a plus tan square a into cot a I got a. Then written cot a as cos a by sin a, tan a also sin by cos and simplify will get the answer like that. The other way also you may get it, but you have to check it whether you, what are the steps you have to take it in that. Okay, we just see whether in that way we get it. 1 plus tan square is equal to start from the left hand side. LHS is equal to, rewrite that LHS again. 1 plus tan square a multiplied by cot a divided by cosec square a. 1 plus tan square is equal to 6 square a. And whatever the changes we are making it, right hand side you have to write down. Since 1 plus tan square is equal to 6 square into cot a divided by cosec square a. Right hand side you have to write down. Since 1 plus tan square a is equal to 6 square a. Since 1 plus tan square a is equal to 6 square a. Now what can you do in the next step?
Cot a equal to cos by sin.
Secant square is equal to cos square a divided 1 by cos square a. Cot a is equal to cos a divided by sin a. Cosec square a is equal to, nothing will be cancelled here now, so we have to follow in the next step that only. Cosec square a is equal to 1 by sin square a. 1 by sin square a. So write down 6 square a is 1 by cos square a multiplied by cos a divided by sin a divided by 1 by sin square a. What are the changes we have done it here? All those things you have to write down. We wrote CPA, you can write CPA only, now you are writing 6 square. CPA is equal to, write down, CPA is equal to 1 by cos A. That is why 6 square is equal to 1 by cos square A. Cot A is equal to cos A by sin A. Cot A is equal to cos A divided by sin A, and also this point. Cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A. In one box or like in bracket you can take out. Now here this is the numerator of the numerator, denominator of the numerator, numerator of the denominator, denominator of the denominator. So we have to multiply by the reciprocal. When we multiply by the reciprocal, what will get it? Cos A multiplied by sin square A divided by cos square A into sin A. This is all multiplication only. So multiply the numerator, multiply the denominator. If it is addition or subtraction, you have to find out the LCM. Now you can cancel some terms, 1 cos A and 1 cos A. Like this you have to cancel it. From cos square A only cancel 2. Actually it is 2 minus 1. So cancel 2, so that 1 will be remaining. And from here also sin square A cancel 2 and cancel sin A. Now what is remaining here? Sin A divided by cos A, which is equal to tan A. Which is same as RHS. Therefore LHS is equal to LHS is equal to RHS. Did you follow the sum? All of you? 12th one you do as homework. Here 12th one you have to show that tan square A minus sin square A is equal to tan square A into sin square A. Tan square A minus sin square A is equal to tan square A into sin square A. Same way, you can write down tan A as sin square A divided by cos square A and minus sin square A. So, sin square A divided by cos square A minus sin square A will come. Then find the LCM. When you find out the LCM, it will be sin square A minus sin square A into cos square A divided by cos square A. Then take out common, one sin square term you can take out common, so that you will get it 1 minus cos square A divided by cos square A. 1 minus cos square A divided by cos square A. What is 1 minus cos square A? Sin square A. So we have sin square A into sin square A divided by cos square A. What is sin square A divided by cos square A? Tan square A. So we got the answer sin square A into tan square A. Now 13th sum, cot square A, same as this 12th sum only, that 13th one also. Cot square A minus cos square A is equal to cos square A multiplied by cot square A. Same as the 12th sum what we discussed. So let us start doing from the left hand side. LH is equal to, rewrite the terms, cot square A minus cos square A. Yeah, cot square A can be written as cos square A divided by sin square A. I told you in all those relations we have to use it here. If you don't know that relation, you cannot use it. You will what is cot square minus cos square A, after that you will write into cot square A into cos square A answer. Not like that, simplify and get the answer. And minus cos square A. Reason write down what all you have taken here. Cot A is equal to cos A divided by sin A. Because cot A is equal to cos A by sin A, we could write cos square A is equal to Ramadullah completed the record works. Huh? Some only, you are not supposed to sit here then. Without telling me, I also forgot about it. Why some only you are having and not completing it? Tomorrow onwards you have to sit out and complete the work, then only you can come here. Now we can take out cos square A common. So when we take cos square A common, first term will have only 1 by sin square A and second term will have only 1 minus 1. Find LCM here. Cos square A multiplied by 1 minus sin square A whole divided by sin square A. What is 1 minus sin square A is equal to? Cos square A. We have the relation now. Sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. So 1 minus sin square A is equal to cos square A. Cos square A into sin cos square A divided by sin square A. Write the reason. 1 minus sin square A is equal to cos square A. Now what is cos square A divided by sin square A? Cot square A. Cos square A multiplied by cot square A. Write the reason here. Cos by sin is equal to cot. One A is keep this board, they cut the nail. To keep the board slant, they cut the nail. The henceforth, we got the right hand side now. Cos square A into cot square A, we got it, which is equal to RHS. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Are you able to follow? All of you. Any doubts anywhere if you are finding, you can ask me and clear the doubts. 14th one we do as homework. 14th one is given as cosec A plus sin A into cosec A minus sin A is equal to cot square A plus cos square A. Cosec A plus sin A, cosec A minus sin A. It is in the form of A plus B into A minus B, which is equal to A square minus B square. We will get it. Cosec square A minus sin square A. Then cosec you can write in terms of 1 by sin. Then simplify it. 1 minus sin to the power of 4a you will get it. Again expand it. A square minus b square. 1 plus sin square a, 1 minus sin square a. 1 minus sin square a, we have one relation, cos square a. So simplify that one, you will get the answer. Come to the point that cot square a plus cos square a. Same, 15th one same as that one only, so you can. Cos, completed the sum here, all of you. H1, are you able to see the board? And this side also, no? This H1. Both that these H1s are there. Not there. 14th one homework. What it is same as is CK minus cos CA multiplied by CK plus cos CA is equal to sin square A plus tan square A. Sin square A plus tan square. Just try to do. A plus B. First write down A plus B into A minus B, A plus A square minus B square form. Start with the left hand side. LHS is equal to CK minus cos A multiplied by CK plus cos A. Then write down. It is in the form of A minus B into A plus B. We know that one, A minus B into A plus B is A square minus B square. That should be the reason you have to write down the. So which is equal to 6 square A minus cos square A. Reason you can write down A plus B into A minus B is equal to, calculate the small letter, no problem. A plus B into A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. Here A is CK, B is cos A. A we have taken as CK, B we have taken as cos A. So 6 square CK minus cos A into CK plus cos A is equal to 6 square A minus cos square A. Now we have to move, we have to get sin and tan and all. 1 by cos and cos is cos 1.
We can write as 1 plus tan.
1 plus
Tan.
tan. Just to see whether we get it or not. Okay. 1 plus tan square A, we have to get into the point. Tan square A minus cos square A. I have done sec is 1 by cos and cos is cos. Then find LCM. Then again expand it. Like that I have done. We just see whether we get it.
It's cos, we can write as 1 minus.
Yeah, we got it already. 1 minus cos square. Here write the reason. What is the reason? 6 square A is equal to 1 plus tan square A. 6 square A is equal to 1 plus tan square. Now arrange the terms here. 1 minus cos square A plus tan square A. This one might have written the reason. That is arranging the term. What is 1 minus cos square A?
1 plus cos square.
Sin square A. 1 minus cos square A is equal to sin square A. We got that point now. What we have to prove? Previous amounts we can do like that one. So 1 minus cos square A which is equal to sin square A and other term is tan square A. Here you write the reason. 1 minus cos square A is equal to sin square. This is same as RHS. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. This way also you can do it like C can be written as 1 by cos and then find LCM. You will get 1 minus cos to the power of 4a. That can be written as 1 plus cos square a, 1 minus cos square a, 1 minus cos square a, sin square a. Simplify, you will come to the point. Only 2 more steps like that you have to. Now 16 to 1 do as homework. 16 to 1 is given cos a plus sin a the whole square. All of you have got the textbook, notebook also. All of you have got it, no? Cos a plus sin a the whole square plus cos a minus sin a the whole square. You have to prove that it is equal to 2. How to prove it? Cos a plus sin a whole square, you can write it as a plus b whole square formula. A square plus 2ab plus b square. Cos square a plus 2 cos a sin a plus sin square a. Same way cos a minus sin a, you can write it as whole square a minus b whole square, which is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Ashwin, can you remove that part down a little bit? Cannot, huh? Looking at him, I feel something else. Cannot go put it down, huh? So sin square a minus 2 sin a cos a plus cos square a. First one we have got 1 plus 2 cos a sin a. Second bracket also we get 1 minus 2 cos a sin a. Cancel it. What all are remaining there? First one sin square a plus cos square a. Second sin cos square a plus sin square a. Second one also cos square a plus sin square a. Twice. What is twice? What is sin square a plus cos square a is equal to? 1. Twice sin square a plus cos square a is equal to 2 into 1, which is equal to 2. Understood? Like that you can write it. What happened? Light. Okay. Next same, this some little another type, not the same type of 16 to 1. If you are thorough with the formula only at once you will get it. This is the point we have to apply here. 17 to 1. Cosec A minus sin A multiplied with multiplication is given. Sec A minus cos A multiplied by tan A plus cot A. We have to prove which is equal to 1. Well, how we can simplify this left hand side? Rewrite it. I am not rewriting it, you are rewriting. How we can solve it? Cosec A can be written as 1 by sin A. Find LCM. We will get it 1 minus sin square A divided by sin A. What is 1 minus sin square A? Cos square A. So that term will be cos square A by sin A. Next one also same way. Sec A can be written as 1 by cos A. Finding the LCM 1 minus cos square A by cos A. What is 1 minus cos square A? Sin square A. So sin square A by cos A. Then next one. Tan A plus sin A by cos A plus cos A by sin A. Simplifying it, you will get it sin square A plus cos square A divided by sin A cos A. What is sin square A plus cos square A? 1. So 1 by, and all the terms will get cancelled, you get that. So write down. 1, rewrite the left hand side now. Rewrite the left hand side. Cosec A minus sin A into sec A minus cos A into tan A plus cot A. One by sin A minus sin A, keep it in bracket only, 1 by cos A minus cos A sin A by cos A plus cos A by sin A. Write all the result. What are the result? Cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A. Write the reason since cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A. Sec A is equal to 1 by cos A. Tan A is equal to sin A by cos A. And cot A is equal to cos A by sin A. Cosec A is equal to 1 by sin A, sec A is equal to 1 by cos A, tan A, all those points we have read here. Tan A is equal to sin A by cos A and cot A is equal to cos A by sin. Now simplify, finding the LCM. 1 minus sin square A whole divided by sin A. 1 minus, when you write this reason in the below the step, you have to leave that gap. Don't write the next step in this way, because this reason we have written for the previous step. That way you have to write down. If you are writing on side, no problem. If you are writing below the previous step, you have to leave the gap to come, just the next step should come below that one, below the reasons. 1 minus cos square A divided by cos A. Then there when you find out LCM, sin square A plus cos square A divided by cos A sin A. Because cos A sin is LCM, this should be multiplied by sin A. So numerator also we have to multiply by sin A, and the second one we have to multiply by cos A. Numerator also